Hello, Olivia here, and welcome back to my channel. I decided that I wanted to record myself making this review about Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. My last video was my September small little book haul, and I mentioned in that video that I wanted to review Fangirl, so here I am. But before I get started, spoilers. This is not a spoiler-free video. But if you don't mind being spoiled, just a quick summary about this book. If y'all don't, if y'all never read it, it's about a girl named Kath who goes to college with her twin sister Ren. Yes, Kath Ren. And I think she has anxiety. She's really shy. She's an introvert, which, like, I'm an introvert too, so I totally get it. She doesn't want to go out much. She has this cool, I would say she's cool, this cool roommate who's kind of like, she's really like tough, but she's really nice too. And then she has her roommate's boyfriend who, Levi, who always like in the room, who's always going in the room, always like eating her food, stuff like that. And she also does fan fiction called, I think she calls it Carry On, actually, about Simon Snow, all that jazz, which, there's a book called Carry On, which I haven't finished, but I have been listening to the audiobook though. But I'm sorry, back to this book. But yeah, that's just like the short summary of just like her journey, her first year at college, etc. And then, her mom is not really in her life, it's just her dad, and she's like super protective of her dad, who is actually really cool in this book. But that's just a short summary of this book. But let's get into spoilers. First thing I want to talk about is the twins, Kath and Ren. You see more Kath, of course, because it follows her journey more than Ren. It doesn't really focus on Ren that much. I absolutely love both of them. I can relate to both characters in this book. I don't think when it comes to the twins, I have a favorite like of Ren or Kath. I actually love them both because I can relate to both of them. If I had a twin or a sibling and we both went to the same college, which I do have siblings, but I'm just saying, if we went to the same college, I would want to do my own thing. I wouldn't want to share a room. I wouldn't want to have the same friends. I would want to make my own friends, get out there and try to be an extrovert. Like, I would do my best to do that. And that's how I can relate to Ren, because it's like, I don't want to be doing what my sibling or twin is doing, because I want to do my own thing. And, I want to party some, I want to, drink, I want to do all that stuff. So it's like, I get where Ren's coming from, but I also get where Kath's coming from. So back to Kath. I love Kath, and I can relate to her too because she's an introvert. She writes her own fan fiction, which is awesome, because I think this fan fiction is based off of Harry Potter, of course, and Harry Potter was a big part of my life. Like, I love Harry Potter, and it still is a big part of my life. It hasn't gone away. So I can relate with Kath in that sense of being an introvert, not wanting to really go out, but writing fan fiction, I do like to write. I don't write fan fiction, but I do like to write, so I get that part. But yeah, I can relate to both twins, and I can't pick a favorite because I love them both, and I can relate to them both so much, which people might read this book and be like, oh, I relate to Kath more than Ren, or Ren's being, a bee about this situation, blah, blah, which there comes the part in the book, like I said, there's spoilers, but there comes a part in the book where I believe their mom reaches out and Ren's all for it, but Kath's not. And Kath is like really upset about that, but Ren's like, we have to forgive her, etc., etc. We need to go, hang out with mom. And Kath's like, no, I don't want to. And I get, I get where Kath is coming from, because it's like their mom basically walked out and abandoned them. So she's just kind of like, I don't want anything to do with her. But I get where Ren's coming from, because she's like, this is our mom, we need to give her a second chance, and she's trying. So I get where both of them are coming from. I never thought that Ren was just being extreme or anything. I did kind of get annoyed with Kath, because I'm like, just give her a chance. But I get where she's coming from, but I did get annoyed with her, unfortunately. I was like, come on, Kath. Even though I absolutely love her, I was just like, come on. But yeah. The next part I want to talk about is Levi. I love Levi so much. When he's first introduced, I thought that he was, I think her name is Ruby, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember what her name was. One was like, Ruby's boyfriend, which is not. You find out later that they're not even together. They're just best friends. They used to date, but they're not together like at all. But Ruby kind of has this hold over him just a little bit, and it's not a bad hold. It's just like, I guess she gets jealous when he's with other people, even though she's the one who cheated. But she just, I guess, doesn't want to let him go, if that makes sense. But I love Levi so much. When he's, like I said, when he's introduced, I thought that was, you know, he's the boyfriend to her, but you find out later that he's not. But I just fell in love with his character. I just liked him a lot, and I really wanted to ship him and Kath so bad, but I was like, wait, he was with someone else. Like, there's like no way they can be together. So I kind of like backed off that. I was like, okay, this is a cute little friendship. Like, I accepted it as that, and then I shipped her with that Nick guy. I believe his name's Nick. I forget some of the side characters' names. I'm like, I believe it's Nick, but it's Nick. I believe it's Nick, but I'm not sure. I hate him. Like, I liked him at first, but then you get, okay, so what turned me off is a little part, but from the start, like the beginning of getting to know Nick, is when he never offered to walk her back to her room from the library, and it was dark. That really made me mad. I was like, why wouldn't you walk her back? When Levi's over here saying, I'll come pick you up or meet you halfway and then we can walk back to the dorm. And I'm just like, I love you, Levi. That's such a, especially like in this day and age where, you know, you might get assaulted or something like that on campus. It's a big problem we have, and just all this other horrible stuff, or being kidnapped or anything. You know, she, like, of course, when I think she was mad at Levi or didn't want to talk to Levi or something, or Levi was busy at work when he couldn't meet her halfway, she would like get her phone out and have 911 on speed dial and run to her dorm. Like, okay, I can relate to that. That is so smart. I do that whenever I go to my car from the store. I'm like, okay, just in case my car's like all the way over there. I'm like, 911 just in case. So that was really smart of her. But yeah, that's the first thing that turned me off about Nick, is when he wouldn't even walk her back to her dorm. And when she asked, he was like, no, I can't, sorry. I'm like, okay, because I think he said it's like the opposite side. I'm like, so what if it's the opposite side where your dorm is? Walk her home, like walk her back to her dorm. It's like not safe. Yeah, that was the first thing that like, that was the first thing that really made me mad about Nick. I'm like, I don't like this guy. It really turned me off, was like the fact that like even when she asked, he said no, but like he never offered. He's like, okay, bye, and then leaves. I'm like, okay. But Levi's over here like, oh, I'll meet you halfway, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's what turned me off about Nick, and that's what made me love Levi even more and more. Oh, I love Levi. I think nobody's perfect, of course. And he does mess up, and I wasn't too mad at him for messing up, you know, for kissing that girl, because, you know, it's like, I can relate to this. You're not in a relationship with that person, so they can do basically whatever they want. You know that that person likes you, but at the same time, like, she didn't say anything about it when she, oh my gosh, when she kisses him, which was like the most adorable thing ever. But I wasn't, I feel like it makes you want to be mad at Levi, but I wasn't mad at Levi. I was like, I get it. You kissed someone else, you're sad, you're at a party, you thought, you know, Kath didn't like you, etc., etc. I was like, no, I get it. I was never mad at him. Never in my mind I was like, oh, I hate him. I was like, nope, because they weren't together, so why would I be mad? And just to clear something up, her name's Reagan. Her roommate is named Reagan. I thought it was Ruby. I don't know why I thought it was Ruby. I don't know if, like, because I've been reading like multiple books at the same time. I'm so sorry for that, but her name is Reagan, not Ruby. I like paused the video for a second. I was like, okay, I don't want to retape all what I said about her again. And I looked it up, and her name's Reagan. I'm like, okay. Her name is Reagan. I am so sorry. But yeah, my bad for that. Reagan, not Ruby. Ours. I don't know where I got that from. Okay, so the next sorry. The next thing I want to talk about is Reagan. A little bit more about Reagan since I messed up her name and what I previously said. But I just think she's a really, all I have to say is that I think she's a really good roommate. I like her personality. I like how she not gave Levi and Kath permission, but she pushed Kath to go for Levi towards the end, and I really like that, and I thought that was a really good thing for her to do, even though, like, you know, she was with him, etc. But like, yeah, that's all I have to say about Reagan. I do like her though. Next thing I want to talk about is their dad. I really like their dad, especially when Levi came over. Not came over, but like he dropped her off, but there was like a storm, so he stayed. Like, the dad just let them go upstairs, didn't say, oh, keep the door open, blah blah blah. Like, he didn't say anything, the dad stuff, because he trusted her, and I thought that that was really well written, how it showed that he did trust her. Of course they wouldn't do anything, but I really do like their dad. He's a little quirky and weird, but I love it, and I think he really does care about the two girls, and I think that's so great to have a positive dad figure. He did kind of push Kath to like see their mom, but you know, it's your daughter, you're like, hey, like, give her a chance. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. And he forgave the mom for, you know, he, like, something Kathleen didn't understand, that like she abandoned them, but she left the dad too. So I thought it was nice that he was just like, hey, just give her a second chance. Like, I understood where he was coming from for sure. What else I want to talk about is when, towards the end, Ren shows up in the hospital, I guess from alcohol poisoning or whatever, and I'm just like, she never, I want to know what happened, because she never said what really happened, and I just really was curious to what happened. It was terrible what happened, but like, her friend Courtney just left her at the hospital, or someone picked her up and took her to the hospital, and I'm just like, you're a terrible friend. You should have been there for your friend, and you didn't take care of her. I think it was I'm probably not gonna even remember his name, but I think it was Alejandro or Javier, or it was one of those names or something. I don't even want to look it up, but like, Ren's boyfriend, you know, he was there, he waited, and I thought that was really sweet of him to do that. We didn't really get to see him much except for at the bar scene, but that's basically it, as much as we get to see of her boyfriend, but he seems like a really nice guy. Well, let's talk about their kiss for a second. Their first kiss, Kath and Levi's first kiss, was adorable. First off, I would like to say the fact that like he lays there while she reads to him is the most adorable thing on the planet. I love that so much, when he was just laying there and she was just reading to him, and I'm just like, y'all are just so adorable. And then they kiss, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I thought that was so cute, and it made me sad that she like felt so guilty, and then she finds out that like Reagan and him weren't even together, and I'm like, what the heck, go for it. And then after all that stuff happened and they finally get together, was adorable. It was so cute. And when she went to his house and they had that little cute little scene, I was like, they're so adorable. I love Levi so much. I think he's like best boy of the year so far for me when it comes to books, besides Rhysand from A Court of Mist and Fury. But I love Levi. He's such a cute character. I just love him so much, and he really does care for Kath. He did a lot. What I noticed is that he did a lot for her than she did for him. It wasn't a big deal, but like, he just did a lot for her than she did for him, when it seemed like in the book. Like, it's not her fault. She wasn't acknowledging that he was doing so much for her, but like, you know, I just wish he did a little bit more for him than he did for her. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever. I honestly don't really have any complaints with this book, if I'm thinking about it. The only complaints I think I would, they're minor. The only complaints I would say is that, one, I wish it was longer. Like, I wish this book would continue. It's like, it wasn't even that short, but I'm like, I just want more of their cute little dates or whatever she wants to put in there. But that's my first minor complaint, but you know, we got what we got. My other small little complaint is that, like, she was, I know this is so bad, but like I said about the kiss, she was mad at Levi for kissing that girl, and I'm like, why? Why are you mad? There's no reason for you to be mad. Like, you're not together. Like, just acknowledge that. Like she does in the end, but I'm just like, you shouldn't even be mad about that. I wasn't mad. I read it, I was like, okay, whatever. But like, and then she was like mad at him and all that crap, and I'm just like, why? Why? They made up, she told him why, etc. But still, I was just like, that was one of the things in the book that like made me so mad. I'm like, you should not even be mad right now. Like, at all. Y'all are not even together, and you denied him. So what the, oh my gosh, what, oh my gosh, what is up with that? The parts, I kind of want to find it, but I also don't want to dig in there. But like, one of the parts in the book where he's just like, they're on the phone, or I don't know if they're, wait, I think they're on the phone. I don't think they're texting. I think, wait, yes, they're on the phone. And he's just like, come over. And she's just like, oh, I don't know. He's like, come over. And I'm like, I was like, just go over there. I thought that is a small little part, but I thought it was so cute how he was just like, come over, Cat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just go over to his place. Just go with him. And when she finally says yes, he's like, I don't know if he wasn't outside her door, but he was like downstairs outside the dorm itself, like the building, waiting for her. And I'm like, you knew she was gonna say yes. I think I've talked about everything that I wanted to. Wait, except for the Nick. I already said that I didn't really like Nick. I liked her teacher. She was pretty cool. Nick turned out to be a jerk and stole her work, basically, and I hated him for it. I thought towards the end of the book, well, yes, like this much left of the book, it was, I liked how she stood up for herself and told Nick no. That scene made me so happy that she just stood up for herself, and how all her friends were there, even her sister had her back, like, just in case. I think Nick was asking her to accept something because the teacher found out that, like, that was her work also, so he got in trouble for it. And I'm just like, go Cat. Cat's just like, no. But I did like that ending scene, and then her and Levi towards the end were adorable. Like I said, I want more. I want more. That's basically it so far from what I've covered about everything about the book. Let me just grab a book. But yes, I 100% recommend Fangirl, and I'm so sad that I'm 7 years later too late. This book came out in 2012 and I didn't read it until this year, and I'm really upset about that. I wish I read this book back when it first came out, and I feel like I saw it but I just didn't pick it up or read it, or maybe I was in a reading slump. I feel like I was, because that was around the time, no, I think the next year The Clockwork Princess came out, or I was just focusing more on Cassandra Clare's book and a few others that I just didn't try to read new books because I was in just like a reading slump way back then. So maybe that's why I didn't see this book, because this book is amazing and I'm just a little too late to the party. But of course, it's a 5-star book for me and I loved it. And it's probably one of my favorite books I've read this year. Like, this is such a good book and I'm so glad I finally read it. And yes, yeah, thank you for watching my review of Fangirl, like I said, by Rainbow Rowell. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. See you later. Bye.